Namaste friends, welcome back to my channel. Friends, in today's video we are going to make these hoop earring or bali earring with cubic right angle weave stitch. You must have made these hoop earrings with peyote stitch, but in this video I'll be showing you how to make this hoop with cubic right angle weave stitch. Here I have made few colorways in this earrings. This one is white with fuchsia color, and some more colorways I'm going to show you. This is in cream and maroon color. One more I have made in this contrast of red and green color. And in this video we are going to make this bali earring or hoop earring in this pink and white and blue contrast. So let us see what all material do we need to make this hoop earring in this colorway. Friends, for making our cubic raw hoop earring or cubic raw bali in this pink and blue color, we are going to use these 11 seed beads. These are Miyuki Duracoat Silver Line Paris Pink 11. Then I'm using these again 11. These are Miyuki Duracoat Galvanized Champagne 11. And these are 15. These are Miyuki Duracoat Galvanized Champagne 15. Then I'm using these 2 beads in two colors. This is in navy blue, it is a dark blue, and this is in fuchsia color. And if you don't have these 2 hydrospherical beads, you can also use 2 pearls or Toho beads, Toho 11 in place of these. Then I'll be using these 3 pearls in white color. Here I'm using this briolette bead in dark blue color, and this is in size 12 by 5 Here this is the rose montee in crystal color. Its size is 4 and I'll be using this ear hook. This is lever back ear hook that I'm using in this earring. I'll be working with Miyuki thread and size 12 beading needle. So let's get started. Friends, we will start making our CRAW hoop earring, that is our cubic right angle weave hoop earring, by making our CRAW chain. So for this, I'm picking up 4 11 seed beads for making my first raw unit, that is right angle weave unit, for my first CRAW component. So here I have picked up these 4 11s, and now I'm bringing them down towards the end of my thread, and now I'll be tying a double knot like this. So here, this is my first right angle weave unit, and now I'm going to pass through all these 4 11s, pulling in the thread and the tail in between these 11s. Very gently, you have to pull in this tail. And now, after passing through all the 4 11os, I'm passing through the first 11o like this. So here, this is my first right angle weave unit, and now I'm going to make my second unit with this 11o. So for making my second unit, I will be adding 3 11os, as I already have this fourth one. So I'm picking up 3 11o Paris pin, and here I'm passing through this 11o, through which I'm exiting right now, like this. And here you can see I have made my second right angle weave unit, and now I'm stepping up into this 11 and into the 11 on the side like this. So I have made 2 units here, and now I'm going to make the third unit. So for this again I have picked up 3 11 and I will be passing through the 11 through which I'm exiting right now like this. Stepping up into the 11 and into the 11 on the side. So here you can see that we have made 3 units, 1, 2 and 3 units, and as we know that in a cubic right angle weave component we have 4 walls, 1 ceiling that is the top and 1 bottom. So we are going to make the walls first. So here we have made 3 walls, and the fourth wall would be made by joining these 2 11 on the 2 ends of this small raw chain. So here I'm going to add this 11 with the first one on the other side to make my fourth wall. So for this I'm going to bring these 2 ends together like this. So here you can see I have brought these 2 11 the 2 11 on the 2 ends closer, and now I'm going to make the fourth wall. So as we know that in right angle weave stitch we need 4 11 so we have already 2 11 so I'm going to add 1 11 on the top and 1 at the bottom. So right now I'm exiting through this 11 so I'm picking up 1 11 and I'm going to pass through the 11 on the other end like this. I have added the 11 on the top, and now I'm adding 1 11 at the bottom. So here like this we have made the fourth wall, just passing through all these 4 11 once again like this. And here we have made all the 4 walls, and now stepping up on the top 11 at the top here. So here I have stepped up into the 11 on the top, and here on the top you can see we have 1 2 3 4 11 and I'm going to pass through all these 4 11 to close the ceiling or the top of my first cubic right angle weave component, passing through these 3 11 and into the first one like this. So here we have closed the top, and now I'm going down through the 11 and here we have reached the bottom like this. And now here again at the bottom we have these 4 11 so I'm going to pass through all the 4 11 at the bottom into this third 11 and into the first one at the bottom. So here so again into this 11 we have passed through all the 4 11 at the bottom. So you can see we have completed our first raw component, and now you know that this was our bottom previously, and now this has become the top for our raw component, cubic raw component. And here we are going to extend our cubic raw chain on the top of it. So top this top of the first cubic right angle weave component will make the base for our second CRAW component. So here for making the second CRAW component, I'm going to make the walls on these 4 11 first on this second, third and fourth wall, and then I'm going to close the ceiling by passing through all the 4 11 and this way we are going to make the second CRAW component. So let us make the component. Here for making the first wall of my second CRAW component, I'm picking up 3 11 and I'm passing through this 11 through which I'm exiting right now. So here I have made my first wall on this 11 and now if you want to make it a little bit stiffer, I'm going to pass through all these 4 11 once again to get a nice shape like this. And now into the second 11 at the bottom or at the base like this. So here after passing through this second 11 at the bottom or at the base, I'm going to make the second wall for my second CRAW component, and for my second wall I have this 1 and 2 11 already, so I'm going to add 2 11 for the second wall of second CRAW component. So here I'm adding 2 11 and I'm going to pass through these 2 11 like this, just passing through all these 4 11 once again like this. So this is our second wall. Moving on to the third one. So here I'm moving on to the third 11 at the base, and now for my third wall again I have 1 2 11 already, so I'm going to add 2 11 for my third wall of cubic right angle weave component. So I have picked up 2 11 I'm adding these to my third wall, just taking a second pass through all these 4 11 like this. So here we have made the third wall. Moving on to the fourth 11 at the bottom like this. So here after passing through this fourth 11 at the bottom, you can see we have 1 2 and 3 11 for our fourth wall. So for our fourth wall we are going to add only 1 11, but before this I'm stepping up into this 11 and I'll be adding the 11 at the top of this wall like this into the 11 at the base. like this. I'm going to pass through all these 4 11 holes once again, just to reinforce. Like this, stepping up. And now after making all the 4 walls, now we are going to close the ceiling. So here I'm stepping up into the 11 on the top, and I'm going to pass through all the 4 11 on the top, like this. And here we have made 2 cubic right angle weave component in our chain. Now the ceiling or the top of this second cubic raw component will become the base for our third cubic raw component. So for this I'm picking up 3 11 for making the first wall on this 11 Again we are going to make the 4 walls, first on this, second wall, third wall and fourth wall, and then we are going to close the ceiling by passing through all the 4 11 on the top. So we are making the first wall by passing through this 11 through which I am exiting right now, like this. If you want, you can take another pass to get it more stiffer and in shape. Now stepping into the second 11 up at the bottom, like this. And now here you can see we have reached the second 11 at the bottom, and we are going to make our second wall. So for this second wall we are going to pick up 2 11 For first wall, always we are going to pick 3 11 For second and third wall, 2 11 and for the fourth wall we are going to add only 1 11 for every second, third and so on cubic right angle weave component. So here I have stepped up into the third 11 at the bottom. I'm going to make the third wall. So for this again I'm picking up 2 11 and passing through these 2 11 taking one more pass, like this, and into the fourth 11 at the bottom, like this, stepping up into the 11 and now we are making the fourth wall, so we are going to add only 1 11 on the top here, like this, and again taking one more pass, the second pass through all the 4 beads, like this. And now I'm stepping up into the 11 on the top, and here we are going to close the ceiling by passing through all the 4 11 on the top, like this. So here we have added 1 2 and 3 cubic raw component in our chain. So the ceiling of our third raw component will now make the base for our fourth cubic raw component, and again we are going to make 4 walls and then close the ceiling by passing through all the 4 11 on the top. So we are going to make our first wall here, second, third and fourth, and close the ceiling by passing through all the 4 11 on the top. This way we are going to complete our cubic raw chain with 24 components. Here you can see I have added 1, 2, 3 cubic raw component, and I'm going to add 21 more and come back. So here I have completed my chain, cubic raw chain with 24 components. Let us count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21, 22, 23, and 24. So here is our chain, and now we are going to make this chain into a circle or into a loop to make our bali, cubic right angle weave, hoop jhumka, or you can say cubic right angle weave bali earring. So before joining the two ends here, I'm going to cut the tail off, and now here you can see this is our chain, and very carefully we have to bring the two ends of the chain together like this. Now we are going to end. Just check that all the beads fall in the same line. This chain doesn't get flip over like this. So we have to be very careful while joining the two ends. Here are the two ends. So here right now I'm exiting through this 11O on the top here, and I'm going to join this 11O with this 11O on the other end on the top here. So I'm going to pick up one 11O. I'm going to pass through this 11O on the top like this. Again picking up one 11O and passing through the same 11O on like this. So here we have joined these two 11Os on the top, and now after joining these two 11Os, I'm moving onto the 11O here on the outer edge. Now after joining one end here, you can see we already have three 11Os, 1, 2, 3 11Os, and we need only one more 11O to make our raw component or raw unit to join this. So I'm picking up only one 11O and I'm passing through the 11O on the top on the other end. You can see this like this into the 11O on the top that we added like this into the 11O here like this. So we have joined the top, the outer edge. Now again moving the other side here. Again we have 1, 2, 3 11Os. So I'm moving into this 11O. I'm picking up one 11O again, and I'm going to pass through the 11O on the other end, and this one, all the four 11Os. So we have joined three sides, and we are now going to join the inner side. On the inner side, if you can see, just moving into this 11O. Here on the inner side, we have these four 11Os, 1, 2, 3, and 4 11Os. And after passing through all this, the inner side will be joined. So I'm passing through all these four 11Os on the inner side of the circle, and here we have joined, and here is our cubic raw circle. Now after joining the inner part of the circle, right now I'm exiting through this 11O, and now I'm stepping up into this 11O like this. So here I'm exiting through this 11O right now. Now here, after exiting through this 11O, on this side I'm going to pick up 15O champagne. So here I'm picking up 15O champagne, and I'm going to pass through the next 11O in this row like this. Again picking up 115O champagne and passing through the next 11O in this row, the inner edge of the circle. Again picking up 115O champagne, and I'm passing through the next 11O on the inner edge. Again picking up 115O champagne and passing through the 11O on the inner edge. So this way I'm going to add these 15O champagne on this inner edge, and I'll come back after completing this circle. And here I'm adding my last 15O in my inner circle and stepping up into the first 15O. Just pull your thread tight, and you can see inner circle. And now after stepping up into this first 15O champagne, I'm passing through the next 11O, and now I'm going to pick up 4 15O champagne, my briolette bead, and again 4 15Os. So here I'm adding the briolette. So here you can see I have picked up these 4 15O champagne, the briolette, and the 4 15O champagne, and now I'm going to pass through the same 11O once again like this, adding the briolette at the center into the 15Os, the briolette and the 15Os, and into the 11O and the next 15O champagne. So here I have added the briolette at the center of this circle. And now after exiting through this 15O champagne into the 11O, and here I have just finished up with my thread, so I'm going to add another thread. So I'm passing through this 11O into the 11O on the top here, and now I'm going to tie a knot here, a double knot, I'm going to pass through a couple of beads like this in a circle, just to secure my thread. Like this. And now I'm going to cut this thread off and add a new thread to my earring. Now here I'm going to add a new thread. So I'm passing through this 11 just any 11 on the top, and here in between these two 11s, and here you can see in between these two 11s I'm tying a double knot, passing through the 11 into the 11 the whole of this raw component into this 11 once again, down through this 11, and now passing through the next 11. So here you can see we have reached on this edge, the outer edge of 11 we added 15 on the inner edge. This is a raw component, so we added 15 in the inner side of this raw component, and now on the outer side or the outer edge, here we are going to add our next set of beads. Now here I'm going to add my 2 mm hydrospherical beads. So here I have picked up these 2 mm hydrospherical bead in navy blue, or you can say the dark blue color, like this. Again I'm picking up my 2 mm hydrospherical bead and passing through the next 11. If you don't have these 2 mm hydrospherical beads, you can use 11 Tohos, as they are slightly bigger in size than these Miyukis. So here you can use Tohos, and after adding my third, here I'm adding my third hydrospherical bead like this, and now you can see after adding these 3 beads, I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 and 4 11 champagne. Just look at the 11 pink that to which we added the drop here. This is the top of the raw component to which we added the drop. So here on either sides of this 11 we are going to add 2 11 champagne. So this is the top, and I'm going to add 1 2 11 champagne here and 2 11 champagne on the other side. So I'm going to pick up my 11 champagne and pass through the next 11 Paris pink, again picking up one 11 champagne like this. So you can see this is the center, and here I have added two 11 champagne, and now again I'm picking up one 11 champagne and passing through the next 11 Paris pink, and once again 11 champagne and passing through this next 11 Paris pink. So here on the top you can see I have added 11 champagne, 2 on this side and 2 on this side, making this top 11 Paris pink as the center. And now after adding 4 11 champagne on the top, I'm going to add my 2 mm hydrospherical beads like this. So here I'm going to add these beads all through this round till I reach this last bead here. But before that, I'm going to cut the tail of our new thread that we added, and now I'm going to add my 2 mm beads all through the round. And here I'm adding my last 2 bead. You can see the look after completing this round. This is the look. And now here after adding my last 2 bead, you can see right now I'm exiting through this Libino Paris pink, and now through this 11 I'm moving on the outer edge and into this 11. Now here I have reached the outer edge of my earring or my bali earring, and now here I'm going to add my 3 pearls. So here I'm going to add my 3 pearl and 15 O's in a pattern. So here I'm adding my 3 pearl first, like this. Now after adding my 3 pearl, I'm picking up 115 champagne and passing through this next 11 like this. Again picking up 1 pearl and passing through this next 11 Paris pink. Now here you can see I have reached the top. Just here we added the drop, and this is the 11 on the top of this 11, and this is the one on the top of this. So on this 11, taking it as the center, I'm going to add one 11 here and one 11 on this side. So we have to take care of the center that we are taking. So I'm going to add one 11 champagne here. So I'm picking up one 11 champagne and passing through this next 11 Paris pink. Now again picking up one 11 champagne and passing through this next 11 Paris pink. Now here you can see I have added these two 11 champagne just at the top center. You can see the center. And now after adding these two 11 champagne, I'm going to add my 3 pearl. So here I have picked up my 3 pearl, 115 champagne, again one 3 pearl, 115 champagne. So here I'm going to add these 3 pearls and 15 champagne all through this outer round till I reach this last point here. Now here I'm adding my last set of beads. So my 3 pearl and the last bead, that is my 15 champagne, like this. So this is the look after completing the outer edge. So after completing the outer edge, right now I'm exiting through this 11 and now I will move towards the back side. You can see I'm passing through this 11 and into this 11. So we have reached this edge on the back side, and now here we are going to add our 2 beads and 11 champagne on the top. So here I'm adding my 2 mm bead and passing through this next 11, and now I have reached the top here, so you can see the center, and here 1, 2, 3 and 4 beads would be the 11 champagne. So here I'll be adding 11 champagne. So here I have picked up one 11 champagne and I'm passing through this next 11 Paris pink, and picking up one 11 champagne and passing through the next 11 Paris pink, my third 11 champagne and passing through the next 11 Paris pink, and the fourth 11 champagne and passing through the next 11 Paris pink. So here I have added 4 11s. You can see the loop on both the sides, and now I'm going to add my 2 mm hydrospherical beads. So I'm passing through the 11s, picking up my 2 mm beads and passing through the 11, and this way I'm going to add these 2 mm beads around this edge all through this dot. And this is my last 2 mm bead on this side. Like this. So here you can see I have completed this side on both the sides and the edge. This is the look, and now I'm stepping up into the first 2 mm bead, into the 11, into the 11 champagne and 11 Paris pink, into the 11 champagne and 11 Paris pink, and now I have reached this 11 which is at the center. You can see we added the drop here, and this is the one at the center. And now after exiting through this 11, I'm picking up my 4 mm rose montee, and here I'm going to pass through the 11 just on the top of it, just opposite to it, like this. After exiting through this 11, I'm going back into the montee and into the 11, like this, and now into the 11 on the side, this 11, into the rose montee, into this 11 on the opposite side, into the rose montee and into the 11 like this. So here we have attached our rose montee on the top here. Now here, after adding this rose montee, you can see right now I'm exiting through this 11 and now I will move into the 11 on the top. And here I'm going to add the loop. So now after exiting through that 11 I'm going to add these two 15 champagne, this ear hook and two 15 champagne. We have to be very careful that it falls right, this ear hook. And now going back into the 11 Paris pink on the top. Like this. So here we have attached the ear hook. Once again, I'm going back into these beads to reinforce my thread into the 15 nose, into the hook and into the 15 nose. Again into the 11 Paris pink, so here we have attached our loop. We have fixed it, and now after exiting through the 11 moving into the 11 champagne and into the 11 Paris pink and into this 11 Paris pink just below the pearl. So here we are on the back side of our earring, and after exiting through this 11 Paris pink, I'm going to pick up 1 2 bead. Now here after exiting through this 11 Paris pink, I am picking up my 2 bead. Now here I am using 2 bead in fuchsia color. If you want, you can use this in contrasting color or any other color you want, but here I'm using this in fuchsia color. So after picking this up, right now you can see I'm exiting through the top of this 11. Now I'm going to pass through the bottom of this 11 like this. So here I have added this 2 bead in fuchsia color, again picking up 1 2 bead, and I'm going to pass through the bottom of this 11 this, and picking up the 2 fuchsia and passing through the bottom of this 11. Be careful while adding the beads so that it don't get stuck into the hook. And now picking up the 2 bead and into the 11 fuchsia, this 11 Paris pink like this. So this way I'm going to add these 2 beads all through this round till I reach this last pearl here. You just remember we are not going to add these 2 mm beads on the top 3 spaces here. So this is 1, 2 and 3. So here we are not going to add these beads on the top 3 units. So the center one is this one on this side and the other on this side. So we are going to add these 2 mm beads till this last unit here just before the 3 mm pearl. So I'll be completing this round and come back. So here I have reached this last raw unit just before the last 3 mm pearl. I have picked up the 2 mm bead and now I'm adding my 2 mm bead here. So this is the look from the back side after adding these beads. And now after exiting through this 11 Paris pink, I'm going to pass through this 11 Paris pink into the 11 Paris pink, into this 11 Paris pink on the top and into the 11 Paris pink on the other side, that is our front side. And now here again you can see I have reached this side, so I'm not going to add the bead here and here. So on the in the center I have added this montee on the front, and I'm going to leave 2 units on either side of this montee, and I'm going to add the 2 mm bead from here. So here I'm picking up one 2 mm bead and passing through this next 11 again picking up 2 mm bead and passing through this next 11 picking up one 2 mm bead and passing through this next 11. So this way I'm going to add these 2 mm beads all through this round till I reach this last raw unit just before the 3 mm. So here I have reached the last raw unit and I'm picking up my last 2 mm bead and passing through the 11. So friends, here after adding this last 2 mm bead, this is the look of our cubic raw hoop earring, or you can say cubic raw bali. We call these hoop earring as bali in Hindi. So this is our cubic raw bali that I have just completed in this pink and blue contrast, and now we are going to close it. And here you can see right now I'm exiting through this 11 and I'm going back into the 11 underneath and into this 2 mm bead into the 11 towards the back side and into this 11 and the 15 over here, into the 11 over, into this 11 over, and into this 11 over. And now I'm going to tie a knot like this at the back side and into the 2 mm bead, the 11 and the 2 mm bead and 11 a couple of beads at the back and into these 3 beads, and now I'm going to cut my thread off. So this is our cubic raw hoop earring or our cubic raw bali in pink and blue contrast. So friends, here we have completed our hoop earring or bali earring in this beautiful contrast of pink, blue and white. Let us just take a quick look over the other colorways that I have shown you at the beginning of the video. This one is in white and pink contrast, or you can say fuchsia contrast. And then I have made one in cream and maroon contrast, the classic contrast of cream and maroon, and the classic contrast of this red and emerald green. So I hope you would love these earrings. They are very small, very cute earrings, and I hope you would love making these beautiful hoop earring or bali earring with cubic right angle weave stitch. So friends, if you like my videos and my tutorials, please do subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to press the bell icon so that you may get notified when I'll upload my next video. Thank you and namaste.